Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. All right, things are going really well. I'm definitely noticing some positive changes in my body. Oh, things are good. It's good to be back. And I don't want to say never. I think I'm really truly realizing how much my body feels better doing a low carb keto diet and lifestyle. It's a game changer. And actually what I'm going to be doing is, I noticed like there needs to be some changes for my family as well, my husband, my children. And so I'm going to, wow, that's super bright. Hello. I'm going to start slowly transitioning my family over to a low carb keto lifestyle because why not? And we could all reap benefits of being healthier and living better, more fulfilling lives. Good golly, you'd think I'd get this light situation sorted out. So, all right. So what I did is what I'm going to be doing for my kids is I'm going to be starting off doing kind of some swaps for them. So swapping out foods that they kind of typically ate before, sort of ish, and just it's kind of be a good balance of like dirty keto whole foods for them. And yeah, so let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so to get things started, juice boxes, right? So the kids have their special drinks and whatever else, and I'm like, we can start with simple things like this. Is it the best thing ever? No, not true to like ingredients and stuff like that, but for macro sake, for transitioning sake, it is just fine. So I typically send one with them for their lunches to have in their lunchbox so they have something to drink. And this way too, I feel like it's not going to be super obvious and all that just yet, like when they're going to school and they're opening their lunch boxes, that this will work out just fine for them. So that is one thing I am going to incorporate. Another thing we're going to be working on is like transitioning snacks. So right now, for snacks, like they will have apples and nut butter and things like that. I am going to transition them a bit more to like using berries and other things that are more lower on the glycemic index. But I am going to start incorporating things like some of like the Quest bars. I just picked up a variety of them, just so that they had something to choose from, something to chop up, put in their lunches, or have on the go. You know, I think it's gonna be good. So that's how we're gonna start off with those. And I picked up these ones too today. I've never seen these ones before. Good to go bars, they're keto certified. They had all different flavors, raspberry lemon, vanilla almond, cocoa coconut. So we'll give them a whirl and see how they go. And then if you guys like the, so like the wisps? Whips? What am I thinking? I'm not getting that right at all, am I? But I found these. They're just like in little single packs. How great is that? So they had grilled cheese, they had regular cheese, and then they have jalapeno. So my kids like some spice, so I thought we would try those out. And yeah, so we'll see about that. I did pick up myself some Bang today because I haven't had it in a long time and it just really sounded good and there was a deal. So can't go wrong. I'm excited about that. So I'm kind of thinking about starting a new mini series alongside my journey to losing the 20 pounds that I gained, and maybe doing some videos or sharing some ideas about what I'm going to be putting in my kids' lunch boxes, maybe some breakfast ideas, all that stuff. I'm not going to incorporate fasting or any of the typical keto things that fall into that. That's just, I really just don't think that's appropriate for them at this time in their life. Maybe if they were more high school or something, I don't know. Like I'm not pushing any of that on them. So change is already hard to come by as it is. So that's how we're gonna roll. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do too is just, I'm gonna work on my own lunch right now because I'm super hungry. I had Bible study this morning. What time is it now? It's almost 1 o'clock. I've been fasting all morning. I had coffee and I'm still kind of working on it actually. Like I went and got myself a caribou. Midwest is best, right? So I kid. So I'm gonna break my fast and have a meal, and then we will get into some lunch ideas. All right, guys, so here's one of the lunches I've come up with for one of my kiddos. So we have ham, cream cheese, and pickle roll-ups. I've got a little bit of berries here. I'm not gonna be cutting their, that's the dog with his toy. I'm not gonna be cutting their carbs extremely like me. Like I try to keep mine under 20 carbs a day or around 20 net carbs. So they can have a little bit more berries than me. I have some celery sticks with some sugar-free mini chocolate chips, and yeah, these are like quite small actually. They're only like an inch big. So perfect little finger food. And then I'm gonna put a Baby Bell in there, and then I am going to put about half of this bar in there. There's like 4 segments in there. So I think I'm gonna put 2 of those like in this little space here next to the cheese, and that's a meal. I mean, that's gonna be pretty filling. There's plenty of protein, plenty of healthy fats, and I think it's gonna do the trick. So, on to more ideas, right? All right, guys, here is a lunch that I made for my 10-year-old. He is very active. He is a hockey player. He skates several times a week for an hour at least at a time. He's involved in power skating and other skill types of and all sorts of kinds of things. So I did include a bit more fats and stuff in his lunch, and I did alter it a bit compared to my other child. So I made him a peanut butter jelly on keto bread, and we have sugar-free jam in there, so that's fine. And I did, again, these little itty-bitty kind of ants on a log with the sugar-free mini chips. Got some blueberries. He loves blueberries. I have some venison summer sausage. It has a little bit of cheese in it, a Baby Bell, and then there's a tiny bit of peanuts in there, and then half of that other bar. So I think that's gonna be a pretty filling, good mix. You know, it's not too far off the beaten path for a kiddo. So stuff that's pretty similar, and I think that that will do the trick. So I'm looking forward to hearing about his response tomorrow. All right, you guys, so those are 2 out of 3 lunches that I'm making for my kids. My third child, my eldest, she's in 7th grade, and so her lunchbox is a bit different, so I just pack it differently. I can't really use the containers like I have for the boys. So what I typically, or what I've been putting in her lunch is I'm either using like some crab meat and putting in, so she just has that just like kind of like finger food, right? She gets some cheese like the Baby Bell or like a pepper jack stick. Sometimes I put in there like a keto yogurt or some sugar-free jello. She will get like some kind of drink, like sometimes I put in a sparkling water, something like that, so she has that to wash down. And then she will maybe sometimes I put like a little keto or like a sugar-free chocolate, like from Russell Stover's or whichever. So oh, and she really enjoys, like, you know, like the Oh Snap pickles I showed you before for making the wraps, or even for my own lunch. So she really likes those. It tends to keep her full, it keeps her going, and so far so good for that. You know, it's been just maybe a handful of days, but we're just gonna keep going with it, right? So invest in them now while they're little, and they can acquire those skills, those habits, those expectations of health, and even just wrapping their head around the idea and the mentality of like, this is what I need to do to be healthy. It may not be the same path that everybody else is going, but in order for me to be a happy, healthy person, adult, a parent maybe down the road, whatever, or a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, but you know, whatever that may be, you know, then they can be successful, happy people. And that's what we need in our world. People who are content, who are able to give back to others, to pour into others, and just to be salt and light of the earth. So there we go. All right, well, I'm gonna pack up a bunch of the shenanigans here, because holy moly. And then I think I need to get going. I'm picking up my daughter from school already. What? What is happening? Oh my gosh, I wish I could just have a nap. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin' into taking care of this mess. So maybe we'll see you probably at dinner time. All right guys, dinner time. I'm actually just making myself some chaffles here, some cheese waffles, cheese and egg. And I had some leftover brat from last night. I put some chive and onion cream cheese on there, and then I'm gonna put maybe some lettuce and a little bit of ranch, and that's gonna be my dinner. Super full of protein, really tasty. We're just kind of doing leftovers tonight, nothing too special, so that's what we ended up doing. So I cannot wait to nosh. I just realized too that I need to mention something. So before the parenting police come out, I have had a discussion with my kids' pediatrician, and we did have a discussion about it, and she thinks that it is a great idea. It's a great way to practice healthy lifestyle, healthy eating, making better choices, food prep, all the things that can go along with it. So before the hate comes at me, just wanted to throw that in there. And I feel like it is kind of sad that I have to say that, and I feel like I need to, that I actually have to, you know, do this, but I suppose that's part of the deal, you know. I suppose some people are worried about other parents' decisions, and I get that, but just letting you know, I have done the things, I've done the research. So, and actually, I don't know how many of you guys follow, you know, Maria and Craig Emmerich, but they did come out with a sugar-free kids cookbook. I am looking to into that, maybe getting it. Right now, it is a little expensive. I'm kind of, I might wait and see about getting it towards like Thanksgiving time, like Black Friday sales and stuff like that. I don't know. So I'm sure it's not like super complicated to make kids meals. Like we just, for the most part, I always just make the kids like whatever we're eating. And like that's what they eat. So, and for the most part, we've been eating a lot of keto dinners. So at least they are. Like I eat keto all the time. They are probably like 60, 70% keto-ish. So, what up, Trevor? Okay, back to the biz.